Are you a work from home mom that struggles to stay consistent with your content creation? Well, today we're going to cover how do I create a content calendar.
Hey, online business owner, welcome to the Content Systems for Growth with me, Michelle Dewey. Are you ready to let go of guilt, stress, and missed deadlines? Are you struggling to keep up with the demands of running a household, taking care of your family, and creating consistent organic content? Well, you're not alone. Juggling all the to-dos of being a mom and owning an online business can be challenging. But here's the good news. By implementing effective content systems and organization strategies, you can streamline your workflow, increase your productivity, and finally take control of your schedule. Each week, I'll explore content management systems and mindset hacks to help you rediscover your creativity, passion, and enjoyment in content creating. If you're ready to save time with systemized content marketing strategies and productivity tips, then go refill your coffee mug, pop in those earbuds, and let's tackle that pile of laundry. It's time to reclaim your time and energy while you take your business to the next level. Let's grow, friends.
So the question that I get asked is, how do I create a content calendar? If you're a work from home mom running a personal development coaching business or an online business, it doesn't matter. You've likely asked yourself this question more than one time if you struggle with being able to plan or to be consistent with your content. The task of juggling your family, your team, your clients, the content creation, and the next committee that needs your assistance, I know, it's exhausting. I'm unsure about you, but I remind myself multiple times a day, Michelle, you can either worry or you can worship, but you cannot do both. If you're struggling to create consistent content, here is a content calendar system that will have you worry no more, my friend. Understanding your needs. We need to first understand your needs. Content management shouldn't become a roadblock in your path to success. You have enough going on that creating content should be simple. Here's a streamlined approach to your content calendar process that makes your life easier and your business more successful. We begin by understanding your needs. What are your personal pain points that you have with creating consistent content? What bucket do you fall into with your troubles or your struggles with creating consistent content creation? Do you have technology anxiety? So is tech really just confusing you and slowing you down with your content creation because you're overthinking everything? It's easy to feel overwhelmed by the digital tools. I understand. And as an online business owner, it is a matter for the trade. Do you have planning mishaps? I know I've fallen into this bucket a time or two, so I throw no stones here. Do you miss your content deadlines? Are you missing steps in the planning? Have you ever missed an Instagram post or forgot to send an email to your list? Or perhaps you're just inconsistent with your sharing. You're managing different platforms and it can feel like you're juggling a whole bunch of fireballs out there. But what is the best platform for you? Long gone are the days of having presence on all the platforms. So if you're doing that, is it really necessary? Maybe you should pick the one that you love the most and you have the most engagement with. What works best for you to build a connection with your ideal client? The next thing I want you to take in consideration is, what is your online marketing goals? At this phase in your business, what are your online marketing goals? Your content isn't just for getting likes. It's a vital part of attracting new clients that feel connected with you. This is more than just content. It's a bridge to attract your ideal clients. I don't know about you, but I pour my heart and soul into each piece of content that I create. With that said, you need to understand where you're headed with your content. What is the end goal for all your marketing efforts? Do you have a special coaching package, a new mastermind to launch? Are you creating a course or opening up your signature course for new enrollment? All the content that you create should lead up to this promotional offering. This is why it's essential to have a content calendar mapped out ahead of time instead of flying by the seat of your pants. With all that said, it's time to answer, how do you create a content calendar? Creating your content calendar, friend. Next, we're going to jump into the content process and workflow. Let's use a health and wellness coach that will be opening the doors to a new signature course for adults 50 and older who are looking to improve their overall health. And I'm going to walk you through the content planning system for this example. So you're going to streamline your processes. You want to start with a simple step-by-step system. You don't need a tech degree to manage content. If you feel more comfortable and are a solo business owner that is frustrated with technology, use a paper planner. Master this before you move on to the digital tools. What I want you to do is be a consistent content creator. One simple way, once you're comfortable with that, one way to simplify the process is to use a project management tool like Trello or Asana that allows you to be able to create templates and be able to just duplicate them for the future. And you know what? Now that my team and I are transitioning to Asana, I'm being reminded of how much I love this tool. It truly offers so much with the basic free plan. Do you have content themes? So let me ask, what are your content pillars or your content buckets? Let's think back to my example above. What are the themes that resonates with this coach's ideal clients? These are the things that I have written down. A simple daily healthy habits, hydration, sleep, nutrition, active lifestyle, and of course, mindfulness is always on everybody's list. When you have content themes, it makes developing a content calendar so much easier because you know what buckets you want to be on. I encourage you to have up to 6, but no more than 6. So if you notice, this was a list of 6 items here because you're going to weave that content in effortlessly into all of your online marketing. I want you to determine your content type and your publishing channels. I'm going to guess you already have this done, but I'm going to cover it anyways. What's your main long form content? Do you have a blog, podcast, or are you a YouTuber? If you have a podcast or a YouTube channel, as your main form of long content, you must also include a blog in this strategy. Traffic should always be directed back to your website. You're going to send a weekly email to your subscribers highlighting that long form content, and you're providing them with exclusive content for being a subscriber. What's your secondary publishing channel? By this, I'm referring to Pinterest, Instagram, or Facebook, or whatever social media channel that you use. Potentially, you like TikTok. It's up to you. What is your secondary publishing channel? And then I want you to identify your third publishing channel. They're all the same options as your secondary publishing channel. However, this channel you may post on a little less. And if you feel the need to have a fourth publishing channel, you do you. I'm not going to tell you not to. I just want to make sure you have enough bandwidth to be able to manage that many different publishing channels. Going back to my example, this health and wellness coach has a podcast for long form content. She then takes her podcast and has it transcribed and enhances the copy to be SEO and readability friendly. Hey, guess what? She doesn't do this herself. She has somebody on her team that takes that transcript and actually enhances the copy so that it's SEO and readability friendly. And a weekly email is then sent to her list the day following when long-term content goes live. Her secondary channel is Pinterest and her third channel is Instagram. So what's the scheduling and the frequency? Let's walk through that. Planning your weekly content. So if you can swing it with consistency, I encourage you to have either one new piece of content per week or to refresh, rewrite, and repodcast or republish an older piece of content. So in episode 27 of this podcast, there is a case study on the benefits of refreshing, rewriting, and republishing content to increase your website traffic. I actually walk you through what happened for one of my clients' websites when we reposted and republished a piece of content. I'll go ahead and put the link in the show notes below to my podcast catalog and specifically to episode 27. A weekly podcast or YouTube along with your blog posts will keep your ideal client engaged. However, with that said, consistency really is key. So if you're not committed to once per week with your content, what can you manage? It needs to work for you to be successful, and in order to be successful, you need to be consistent. So how do I create a content calendar? I know I've talked about so many things before we've actually gotten to this point, but here is the content system to create a content calendar for yourself. I want you to select 4 long-form content ideas from your content bank that are aligned with your goal. Decide the order in which the content will be released. What day of the week can you consistently release your content? The following day, an email will be sent to your subscribers with a link to your long-form content. Your secondary publishing channel should be the same schedule as your primary long-form content. Your third publishing channel, well, that's up to you. While consistent content is great, I feel that social media algorithms make it a moot point. However, social media always hasn't been a big component of my organic online marketing strategy. But if it's yours, you may have specific days that you like to publish on your publishing channels. Going back to our example for the coach that I was talking about, here is her content calendar for the next month. Week 1 is a podcast along with a blog post, and that's Turning a New Leaf, Simple Daily Habits for Better Health. She's going to have a Pinterest image created that will be pinned the day the podcast goes live. This can be scheduled with a social media scheduling software. She's going to send out an email newsletter to her subscribers the following day, and it's going to be titled, Why Walking is the First Step to a Healthier You. The next day, so day 2 or day 3, it's completely up to you. After that goes live, I would do the next day that the blog post goes live, you're going to have another Pinterest pin pinned and scheduled to go. On the 3rd or 4th day, you're going to have a Pinterest story pin. I love story pins. They're great. And it's going to highlight the simple daily habits from the blog post that you had before. And for Instagram, you're just going to resize your story pin into an Instagram reel. This is simple with Canva, although you do need to have the paid version to do it. But you're going to schedule it, again, the day you choose to. See how easy it will be to repurpose that one story pin into a reel? For week 2, her podcast, along with her blog post, is going to be Water, Nature's Gift for Wellness. She's going to have a Pinterest pin go out that same day as the podcast to promote it. She's going to do an email newsletter. The newsletter will be sent to her subscribers the following day with the title, Quenching the Body's Thirst, What You Need to Know About Hydration. We're going to have a pin go out again that day because it's going to be scheduled and it's going to point to the blog post this time. The day 3 or 4, you're going to have a story pin that's going to highlight simple tips to increase daily water intake. And of course, you're going to resize your story pin into an Instagram reel. Are you getting the cadence here? Same thing, same calendar, same consistency. Week 3, our podcast along with the blog post. Its topic is going to be Sleep Tight, the ultimate guide to restful nights. We're going to have our Pinterest pin go out the day the podcast goes live. We're going to have a newsletter sent to our subscribers the following day, how to get a good night's sleep. Pinterest, you're going to have a pin going out the following day that points to the blog post. Day 4, 3, or 4, up to you again, you're going to have one story pin, 5 tips for a better night's rest, and then you're going to resize that story pin into an Instagram reel. Week 4, your podcast along with your blog post, from garden to plate, why veggies are your best friend. She's going to make sure she has one Pinterest pin the day the podcast is live, and that's again scheduled beforehand. She's going to send out an email newsletter to her subscribers the following day. Veggies fill my plate even when they're not my favorite. We're going to have a Pinterest pin the following day that points to the blog post. We're going to have an Instagram story pin, Better Health is a Veggie Away. And that again is going to be resized to Instagram. Do you see how simple we can make a content calendar? And man, you guys, I'm on a roll here. So I'm just going to give you a bonus example. I hope you're sticking with me here because I know this is getting to be a long episode. But week 5, the podcast, embrace movement, easy exercise for any age. Your Pinterest pin is going to go back to your podcast on that day it goes live. Your email newsletter to your subscribers, that's going to transform your life with simple movement. Start small. You're going to have a Pinterest pin the following day that points to your blog post. And then you're going to create a story pin, simple exercises that can be done at home that you will resize for your Instagram reel. I know, so much content in one short period of time. But what do you think? Is the example helpful? Because I'm curious, does this simple content calendar make it feel like it's a little more doable for you? It's just being consistent with your content and your schedule. I sure hope it is. And if not, I help set up content systems just in case you're not aware. And organizing content chaos is my specialty. I love it. So please don't struggle with this. I encourage you to book a mini session. They're only $97. Get on my calendar and let's find the perfect content organization tool for you. And if you're not ready to invest, no worries. Download my free planning workbook. Not only is it the first step to a perfect content calendar, it walks you through planning your business goals as well. Whoa, man, let's wrap this up. So we've covered how do I create a content calendar. Now you have the answer. This guide has been crafted just to assist you in getting a content system that simplifies your processes and workflows. Thank you so much for your time, friend. I appreciate you and I hope you have a wonderful week. Yay! Thank you so much for listening. I hope that you found this episode valuable and learned some actionable tips that you can implement in your business so that you can feel accomplished and less stressed. If you enjoyed this show, please take a quick minute to share this with your business bestie, subscribe, and leave a review. It helps me reach more business owners just like you. And if you have any questions or topics you'd like me to cover in future episodes, please reach out to me on my website. I've created a form just for you. Remember, with the right system and mindset, you can achieve the success your heart desires. Thank you for tuning in. I look forward to chatting with you next time. I appreciate you and I hope you have a wonderful week. And don't forget, let's grow, friends.